Hello and welcome everybody to Cars at 100, and on today's video we're gonna look at the brand new 2020 BMW X4M competition. So this is a performance SUV. We're gonna look at this car from the outside, look at this car on the inside, and go over some of the features on the window sticker as well. So stay tuned and let's not waste any more time and let's jump into it. Okay, let's check out this car from the outside first. As you can see, the front very nice in terms of the M design. As you can see, the double slits on the grille here, very big kidney grills, and you have a cool design on the diffuser on the grille up front here as well. You have a very good radiator inside, implying the performance of this car, as well as two radiators on the side in this front bumper. It has black accents to imply the sportiness of this car. Very sporty look, very beautiful laser lights on this car as well, rather SUV. And you have here very nice adaptive LED. This design has been with BMW for a while, this round ones, but here, as you can see, you have a different design here, and it looks really nice. Overall, the lights have really good design on this car. X4M badge here as well, BMW logo of course. And if we go around, we can see the wheels here. These are enormous wheels. So you are looking at 255/40 width and 21-inch rims. So these are 21 and they're 255 in width. And overall, you can see how, in terms of the design, this car is. You have a black accents, black painted accents on the inside, and silver, machined silver on the outside, and M logos there as well. Enormous brakes on this SUV as well. The Sport Contact 6 Continental tires is the stock tires for this car. And in the back you have a staggered setup, so 265/40 ZR21 in the back, so 255 up front and 265 in the back. Also big brakes in the back as well. If we go around, as you can see, the new lights. This is a brand new version of the BMW, and you get this X4 kind of a look, but you also get a lot of sportiness in terms of the bumper. You have the diffuser, you have two exhaust pipes on each side, making them look very sporty in the back of this SUV. And it's a small SUV with 500 plus horsepower. You would expect this thing to have looks, and it does. You have an X4M badges here and competition as well. That competition badge implies that this car has 500 plus horsepower instead of 460 plus horsepower. So overall, you have a camera there right on top of the license plate as well. This car is fully loaded, as you can see, with this Donington gray color which pops in the sun. You have a BMW Easter eggs in the lights as well. Very nice, very big gas cap. Very sporty look for this car. You have X4M badges on the front fenders as well. Looks really stylish, really sporty. And overall, you have a very nice look for this car in terms of the sportiness. It looks very, very racy, even though it's an SUV. So let's check out this car on the inside. In order to enter this BMW X4M competition, you have the key here, key fob rather, and you have a physical key inside, of course. If you get locked out of the car when the battery dies, you can open this lid and you can put the key inside and you can open the car. And it's a good option just in case. But overall, you have here unlock, lock with the BMW logo. You have a trunk release button here as well, and panic button of course. And M Sport colors here on the side of this rather regular looking BMW key, but that's the only distinction you have for the M cars that BMW gives you. And you can put this key fob in your pocket, and you can lock and unlock the car with this door handle as well when you have a key fob in your pocket. So you can lock the car with that grooved kind of three lines here, and you can unlock the car with the sensor behind the door opener handle, and the side mirrors will also open. And as we see here, very nice door card here, very luxury looking and very sporty at the same time. BMW does a very good job integrating those two together. You have an X logo here. On X3 and X4 cars, you have this X integrated here in the door card as well, to imply that this is a SUV, and the X line of this car is basically a regular SUV. You can also option it, but this is a performance SUV, more for a track use as well as being a competition version of this car. You have a real carbon fiber here trim, and you have a light here. As you can see, this light here on top of the carbon fiber, and you have a light here under this, under the trim of this silver as well. So you have two lines here, which is very ambient when you're inside the car at night. Very cool feature by BMW as well. Lots of other automakers are doing this lately. You have an automatic up and down for all four sides and four windows for this car, basically. You have an automatic folding side mirrors as well, and trunk pop button here as well, which is automatic as well. A very nice door handle, very sturdy. You have a stitching here, which is beautiful stitching, matches perfectly. I like how automakers are doing this perfect stitching, and it really shows the quality. You have a Harman Kardon optional sound system, but this car, as being X4M competition, comes with its standard. You have pockets here as well. You have a book pocket here, and you have the cup holder here, rather a bottle holder. Cup holder would be in the middle. But overall, you have very nice merino leather here, which looks very nice with this secure orange color. You have a memory seating here, Harman Kardon sound system here as well. In terms of this logo here, these are the tweeters. And if we look at the entrance of this car, we have X4M competition side sills, which are illuminated and look really nice. But at the same time, it is something that, you know, gives this extra, you know, flair and extra feel to the owner. And little details like this are really interesting and really nice. And I really enjoy stuff like this. It's really cool. And overall here, you have seats here, right? You have seats here. These are sporty seats specifically for the X4M car and X3M as well. They're a little different, but you have very sporty look here. Instead of having on M3 a competition, which would be these pass-throughs, this is a more of a SUV version of the car. So I understand how these are closed in, but it's a very good design overall. You have a honeycomb kind of a stitching here. You have a piping. There is no piping here, but everything else is here in terms of this seat. And this high quality leather, it is merino leather, which really feels high quality, and when you drive in it, when you sit in it, it really hugs you well. These seats are doing a very good job in terms of the hugging you up there and down there. Overall, very good and very sporty seat. That's a beautiful steering wheel as well, and entrance is really roomy. So if we jump inside, it is very comfortable in terms of the sitting position as well. So very nice sturdy feel when you close the door, implies very good engineering for this car. Let's start this car because it's really hot outside today. It's almost 90 degrees. As you can see, it's 85 degrees. And that exhaust, that is a stock exhaust, original exhaust from the manufacturer of BMW. You get this very beautiful sounding exhaust. And one of the biggest features for this car is this engine, and that exhaust system is really something that owners of these cars really will enjoy and appreciate, because this is not just an SUV, it's a very racy type of SUV. If X4M is a sporty SUV, the highest sporty SUV, X4M competition brings it a little bit higher, having it to give you track capabilities and very nice feeling when you take it to the track as well. But overall, you have here options in terms of the steering wheel. Let's just start from the steering wheel because there is a lot to talk about here. So the steering wheel has these two red M buttons. So these two buttons you can adjust in the infotainment, and you can set them to be like most of the M owners I've talked to always set them up like this, that this one would be comfort and this would be the most racy version for this car. This is the most comfortable, this is the most performance one. So that's what you would set this up for. You have also competition kind of pedals here, even though they're regular pedals, but I call them competition pedals because this is a X4M competition after all. So let's talk about this middle section of this car here, of this SUV. You have touch controls for this infotainment. This is new for latest BMWs, and it's really good, really useful, very nice infotainment. One of the best infotainment options and features on the market. You have a very nice radiator design here for the vents, and you have here entertainment options. You have a CD in as well, and you have options here. As you can see, you can basically adjust a very nice in terms of the adjustability. I can just click on any of it. I can also see what's under it, and then I can set up everything that has to do under each of this 1 through 7 options. It could be infotainment or it could be some other options, very usable. You have here options for the climate control options. You have 2 displays here, which is very good. You don't have to fumble in the infotainment. This is very useful, and you have a lot of real estate here, and I think this is very appropriate here. Very minimalistic look at the same time as well. You have here options for the cup holders and wireless charging as well. You have an X4M competition badge there as well. You have 12-volt power outlet in. And if we talk about the section here in terms of the new gear lever, it's very unique style. You have an M logo here as well. This being X4M competition, and being an M car, you have options to manipulate your transmission, how fast or how slow it is. You also have options here to manually drive this car with a plus or minus. You can adjust that as well. While driving, you can go into that mode. You have 2 modes here. You have a drive and you have sport. Sport usually gives you a manual ability to shift this car in terms of the transmission. You have options here for the throttle. You can have efficient, sport, or sport plus. You have suspension, sport plus, comfort, or sport, and you have options for the steering feel as well: comfort, sport, and sport plus. Sport plus being the roughest and the toughest, the hardest steering wheel, and comfort it being the softest steering wheel as well. Sport is a middle ground. Same goes with the other 3 options in terms of the suspension and the throttle response for this car being the softer or harder, as well as the exhaust button here, which is very interesting and very nice. You can have a loud exhaust or you can have a very quiet exhaust. Not that quiet, but it would be nicer if it was more quiet. Sometimes you want to be under the radar. And you have options here to manipulate the infotainment as well through this dial. Just like all the BMWs, you have the option here to do this. You have storage here as well. You have USB option in as well, and you have storage here, somewhat deep, not that deep, but it's good for such a small SUV. You have a glove box here, which is also not that big, but this is a small SUV. And we have a window sticker here. So this window sticker here, as you can see, you have many different options, and suggested retail price for this BMW X4M competition is $80,400, and Donington gray metallic is $550. option for the color, exterior color. Secure orange and black exterior leather is included into the options for the X4M competition. Driving assistance plus is $1,700, which includes stop and go. Basically the car would turn off on the traffic light and turn back on to save you fuel. Extended collision mitigation as well. This is a safety feature as well. Executive package, which is $2,500. Heated steering wheel, front and rear heated seats, parking assistant plus, which helps you park, head-up display as well, which you have right above the dashboard. And you have also wireless charging, which I showed you earlier, gesture control, which you can control infotainment, volume and everything else through gestures, like I'm doing with my finger here, which is very comfortable, very usable. It's one of those features that somewhat a gimmicky feature, but it's great to have some difference in options of controlling your infotainment. Rear view camera as well. M competition package includes M Sport exhaust system, which comes with only X4M competition model, and you have 21-inch V-spoke bicolor 765M wheels on this car as well. Come only for the competition car. M Sport seats, which are these, also come only with competition model. Extended shadow line trim on the outside, and competition package. Competition package includes this harder suspension than a regular X4M, and it includes many other options and adjustments by BMW M. Mobility kit, roof rails, and also you get front ventilated seats with this car in terms of the options, which is $350. Carbon fiber trim, M seat belts, it is all included into the X4M competition. Lumbar support, adaptive full LED lights, advanced RTTI, Apple CarPlay compatibility, Wi-Fi hotspot, 1 year. This is also included. Apple CarPlay compatibility. BMW has been kind of very interesting in terms of how they give you Apple CarPlay, which every other automaker gives you for free. You can just connect the device, but BMW gives you 1 year, and I heard that after 1 year you get it for free as well, but I'm not sure, which is very interesting to how BMW approaches this. Wi-Fi hotspot, navigation system, Sirius XM, Harman Kardon surround sound comes standard with the X4M competition. Also refrigerant, decoding additional functions. Destination charge is $995, and total suggested retail price for this car is $86,495. And you can also see the standard features for this car as well here, and you can pause the video at any second. 16 miles per gallon combined, with 14 in the city, 19 on the highway. And you have final assembly point is Spartanburg, South Carolina, USA. This is for all X cars. They are built in United States and South Carolina, but engine is German and transmission is German as well. So parts, in terms of the parts content, is Germany 28%, Mexico is 18%, US, Canada is for assembly in this car line is 30%. So let's check out the back seats. In order to enter the back seats, you also have a keyless entry and keyless lock as well on these back doors as well on this SUV. And you have here the nice door cards as well on the back, tweeters up here, and speakers down there, and you have a stitching up top here as well. If we jump inside, very nice competition seats here, and I would say in terms of the headroom, this much headroom, I would not say it is very comfortable here in terms of the legroom as well. Because of the sloping roof line, you get a limited space here, but I'm 6 feet tall, and I think if I didn't have the camera on my head, I think it would be a little bit more comfortable, but it would be, if I was sitting here comfortably, I would almost touch the ceiling with my head, and that is something to think about. But overall, you have options here for the rear climate control, and you have display here as well, which is 3-way climate control on this car. You have a 12-volt power outlet here as well, 2 vents here, which you can adjust in terms of how much air comes out of them. And you have here option for the middle handrest, and you have two cup holders there as well. Overall, you have very interesting and small windows in the back here as well, but it's a very sporty looking SUV, and outside it looks beautiful, but it's a little bit limited on the space on the inside of this car in the back seats. In order to enter the trunk, you can just pop the trunk like this with the BMW logo, or you can do it from the key fob as well. And as you can see here, very nice trunk here, not that big, but you have somewhat space here to put a little bit taller items. You can also drop down the seats to have more space if you need to, and you have options for the space under the floor of the trunk as well. There is no spare tire, by the way. These are run flat tires, and you have latches that you can latch something to the floor of this trunk as well. It is very nicely lined. You can drop down the seats from here. You don't have to go all the way there, but you can also do that from the front. Let's check out what's under the hood. I hope you enjoyed today's video of this 2020 BMW X4M competition review. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. And I'll see you next time. Stay loving cars.